How's everybody doing tonight? First time chat from Tetrax in here, that's why. Anyways, hello everyone. I'm actualchatterteeth, and a little bit of delays, sorry about that. We're going to be doing the heavy iron modding stream for the SpongeBall challenge that we had over the course of November and December. Mic volume's mad quiet. I'm just gonna turn down. My mic volume's max for me. Okay, let me move my mic closer. Sorry. Ignore the candle. Alright, is this better? Am I better or worse? I have it up all the way on OBS, so I'm kind of just moving it closer to my mouth. I can also turn down desktop volume if that helps. We all good? Sorry, I cannot balance audio for the life of me. Alright, cool. Awesome. Well, I guess I'll say my stuff again. Hi everybody, I'm actualchatterteeth, and this is going to be the showcase stream. I just noticed something. You know what? Okay, this is going to be the showcase stream for the SpongeBall modding challenge. We have 9 mods here that we're going to be showing off. One of which is a Battle for Bikini Bottom mod. That is what we are going to be starting with. Sorry, I was trying to get the name of that, and I actually just can't find it. I promise I was organized 5 minutes ago. Okay, we're gonna be starting off with Squidward's SpongeBall Remix by Double H. All the mods you'll be seeing here tonight, you can find in the submissions releases channel within our Discord, and hopefully soon on heavyironmodding.org. I'm gonna say it's org. I hope it's org. It is heavyironmodding.org. And with that, let's start. Just gonna stop music. I will say we were having issues regarding the layout earlier. So this layout does say Halloween, but ignore that. I had to set up. So let me unpause Double H's game, transition into this from studio, and we'll start. Let me... So this is our one battle mod. Has it been announced that the stream's gonna be happening? In Discord? I do not know. At Tetrax, XOXO. It is Halloween somewhere. Oh wait, here's Squidward's dream. Dream turned to SpongeBall, which is kind of sick. Mr. Do. I didn't think they'd be that fast. This is super cool though. Let me real quick optimize stuff so that I'm not... So I can have this run better. Actually, no, we're gonna try this, which is gonna ruin a lot of things, but it's okay. Because in the end, it'll make it run better. Didn't we literally have this issue last time? Does anyone remember what we did? Okay. I'm just gonna hope and pray. So I kind of forgot that some of these may actually be hard, considering the base games is not that hard. We'll do that. So far, it kind of seems like a really fast version of Shell City Dead Ahead SpongeBall. Dang it. I really like the look of this though. At least I like it in Squidward's dream. Is this 2x faster? I do not know. It isn't so long since I've played movie, sadly, like base movie, that I have no clue. I'm gonna wait this out though. Okay. Yeah, I agree. This does work out really well considering the original stage was just a void. Oh, it's 100% faster. Like, look at that block. So I will say that we don't have a set time for each mod today. However, I'm going to try to keep it at a certain time. Just because last time we had one mod that took up a good amount of the show. Case. Honestly, the looser controls don't change a whole lot, I feel like. It's just I expect things and it doesn't happen that way. Like in that case, the looser controls helped. Oh, this sucks. Really? This is gonna stink. I'm down though. I'm down for this. So yeah, while I'm getting back to where we were, we're gonna do this battle mod and then the movie mods that we have. There was a Ratatouille mod also submitted. However, it is a copy of a movie mod that was submitted. So we decided to just not showcase it today. We're just going to be having the movie version. As the mod creator feels it's more complete. No! I believe in me too, huh? I'm a speedrunner at heart. I think I just need to speedrun it. I'm a retired speedrunner, so crud. I didn't get Nene cycle. Maybe I should actually try to take it slow. Just kidding. Okay, never mind. We're gonna try to take it slow. Let me turn off my phone ringer real quick. Okay, cool. I can't do Squidward City level. I mean, this part I do easy. Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna be slower. Please. Okay, fine. Slow time. I wish I wrote down... Okay, I think I kind of know the time that I started this. So I think what I'll try to do, if a lot of these are going to be harder, is try it for maybe 15, 20 minutes without save states. And then once we get to a point where we should probably use save states for the sake of the stream, we'll use them. Which pains me as much as it pains Latte. So, oh. Fun fact for those that don't understand, not understand, that's the wrong word, for don't know how this game works. Battle for Bikini Bottom has the specific like credits level hard-coded to force you into SpongeBall. So this level has to be like overwritten into that, which is very funny. Despite the message they said, shout out to Pepperpot. I need to go slow. Shout out to Pepperpot and also all the mod makers, the staff in the modding Discord. I do give a lot of credit to the mod makers during these streams. I feel like I don't give enough credit to Pepperpot. They organize all the challenge stuff. They make the layouts for the stream. They organize the time and dates for the streams. Like, they do everything behind the scenes. So thanks, Pepperpot. Which is so funny because they made, like, I love Heavy Iron because they have solutions that we would use. But it's like, dude, you guys made the game. Oh, I don't get this one. No. I tried to, like, curve it more and I didn't. I got past the flipper once, though, which is pretty good. Trying to see if I fear anything else later. I think the colored platforms are going to be fine. It's just that kind of block thing is going to be the hardest. Okay, back to taking it slow. So something interesting I've been thinking about recently in regards to the Heavy Iron modding challenges is we're getting closer and closer to a state where we could do a good editor game in a challenge, which is very cool to think about. I think you just gotta Macho Man mode it. Nice. Nice. Trying to think the best plan of attack. So red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue. Okay, fall back. Yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue. No! Wait! Okay. This does not help me at all, but I don't have to reload. Dang it. Yeah, we don't save those here. I'll definitely say challenge themes, I think, are pretty cool in terms of helping me think of stuff. Because I will say that my entire mod for this is going to make sense to 3 people. And I'm okay with that. But it's like not a thing I would have thought of if not for the modding challenge theme. So that's where I am. Nice. No. Cool. That was scary. Okay, well, as a variation to SCDA SpongeBall, this was fun. I actually like this. It's weird taking this level slow when you're normally taking it so fast. Woo, cool. Again, this was Squidward SpongeBall Remix by Double H. This is our only battle submission. So let me set up things for our movie submission. And we're going to be going in name order. So we're actually going to be going to Double H's other submission, Block Fans. So ignore the Windows sound. And stay tuned for that. Be right back. Someday I will get better at fading out the music. Not today, but someday. Alright, are you guys ready for Block Fans by Double H? While this is loading up, there's actually something I can do. Ignore the window sound. Oh my god, that real time took the Halloween out of the layout. Let's go. Shoutouts to Pepper Pot for being very quick on fixing that as well. And shoutouts to Show Menu. 1 second. I'm going to see if I copied over SB04 to INI. I did. Show Menu and boot 0. What is happening here? Interesting. Sorry about that. Let me recopy this over. Oh, I just copied it over into my fresh files of the game instead of my test environment. That would explain it, actually. Sorry about that. Well, ignore again. Be forgiving, be sparing. Okay. There we go. Now we're on Block Fans. One second. Oh, is that why it's like all looks good? Okay, let me. Oh my god. Let me make sure I have. 1 second. Oh no, I do have dual core enabled. I don't have dual core enabled on movie. Okay. Take 3. I'm sorry. One day we will be prepared properly for the stream. That's what the solution was, dual core. So hopefully this works now. Thank you. Do not, in any of this, if there are performance issues, do not discredit the mod makers. It's completely my fault. This is Block Fans by Double H, though. And there's the Block Fan. Ooh. What's up, Seal? Welcome. Oh, yeah. Hey. Movie, please. I don't know why she don't want to behave. Take 3. Is this a consistent issue? I may switch to stable and see if it helps. I do have Chrome open because I see tab. OBS preview? Yeah, let me close preview. Good idea. I don't even know how to stop looking at preview. I don't even know how to turn off the preview.
I don't know what to say about that.
Oh, wait. There. Okay, preview is disabled. Yeah, I had to be out of studio mode. Ooh. I can attempt switching over to 5.0. I think it may just be too high tense for my computer. Okay. I'm gonna try one more idea before switching over to 4.0. I'm gonna disable emulated memory size override because I did have it enabled for Ratatouille, admittedly. We're going to see if that helps. Okay, take 4. Take 4. Movie is too strong when the textures are high resolution. Okay. Now, I hope it's the memory thing being an issue. Hashtag blame rat. Yeah, hashtag blame rat. Okay, so take 4. This is Block Fans. There's the Block Fan. Which I do like this as a I do like this as a concept. I wish somehow SpongeBob actually had any kind of traction on blocks, which I know is not a thing I think the game even supports. But I do like this a lot. Ooh, I like this part. Okay. I'm trying to like take it slow after the last Double H submission, as that was a roughie for me. Ooh, a jump. That actually scared me a little bit. Ooh, okay. I like that. I like the fans breaking. Neat. Neat. I like that. Short and sweet. Nice. So that was Block Fans by Double H. That was very cool. Very much like the block fans. Another Double H banger. Couldn't have put it better. One movie, one ported from movie. Let me have Mindy stop talking to me. Okay. My dolphin doesn't even want to run right, so it probably is my fault. But with it being my fault, we're going to move on to FL Virtual Test 1, a SpongeBall level by Koopa Eliminator. I hope that I have the name right here. With that, I will be right back, and hopefully this time without any technical difficulties. You're gonna have to hear the Windows sound though, just how it is. I still have my mic on. What's up, guys? Anyways, it is all set up, assuming I don't have issues. That's a lie. I'm sorry for lying to everyone. Appears I'm a serial liar. Alright, I have lost my liar status. Let us get into this. I know, a bit of a maniac. Hello, Igor. Welcome to the stream. Now this has to run well if Igor's here, or else I'll look like a butt cheek. Alright, so let's start with this. This is again FL Virtual Test 1 by Koopa Eliminator. Ooh. Okay. The classic, did I mess up? I can't tell, so I'll assume the classic doesn't mean anything. This does, okay, it doesn't look anything. This looks insane. And the lighting on SpongeBob being dark too? Oh. I'm a sucker for good light kit usage. Yo, Spong, get up there. Alright, we're up there. Imagine this, oh. Imagine this being a full game mod. That would be awesome. Alright, let's commence this virtual test. I will tempt you, Koopa, because this looks insane. In a good way, this looks awesome. Get me up. Yes, sir. I was going to ask on that topic, do we have, is Heavy Iron Moment uploaded to, like, FFZ or Better TTV or 7TV? Or, what is it, like, TTV LOL or whatever? Any emote service? Ooh. Good to know. This is so trippy. This, for some reason, this moment specifically is giving me, like, the run vibes. I'm cool math gaming right now. I'm not cool math gaming anymore. Purple Foundation with the rate of 19. Everybody, welcome to the stream. So for context, everybody now tuning in, every 2 months in the Heavy Iron modding server, we do a little challenge for modding. And these 2 previous months, being November and December, the challenge was SpongeBall mods. So right now you're seeing FL Virtual Test 1 by Koopa Eliminator for our SpongeBall challenge. Which is sick, might I say. I hope all the runs went well over on Purple's side. This is your first ever challenge entry? I didn't even know that. YOLO? YOLO. Ah, this was sick. Okay. Okay. That scared me. Nice. That, actually, my heart dropped. I was like, no. Wow. I like that. Koopa Eliminator, I will forever peer pressure you to make that a full hack. I really like the visuals so much. And a lot of the ideas you brought in were just super cool, too.
Welcome to our little tale of woe, triumph against impossible.
Let me get into the pause menu. But yeah, that was FL Virtual Test 1 by Koopa Eliminator. Again, just a reminder, if there's any mod you see here today that you want to play yourself, downloads for that can be found in the challenge submissions channel in the Discord. You can go to that for !Discord, or they'll be uploaded to our wiki eventually at !Wiki. Ignore the Windows sound. I don't have those off, and I have to transition to a different mod. Speaking of which, that different mod, this will be by Wilcon 2000. Now, I know we said we were going to be doing the levels in name order. However, we have 2 submissions today that are going to be played on Dolphin 5.0. And 1 submission that changes the player model. So we're going to group those somewhat together, with the 5.0 releases being now and the player model release being at the end. So the next 2 are going to be from Wilcon 2000, starting with I'm Ready SpongeBall Challenge. So we'll be back very shortly with that. ignore that. Alright, so we're gonna try something a little weird. I have no memory on how to set up Dolphin 5.0 to run a main.dol, and I thought it was just stuff in the paths that you did with like default ISO, and I didn't do it right. So we're gonna try this on dev, and if we get errors we can just ignore them, and hopefully that all works out. Which also means the order I don't think needs to be changed, which is good. So I'll just get that brought up real quick and we'll be ready to go. All right. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah, I don't think Dolphin 6.0 will happen for a while. I just want to, before starting this, give a quick shout out, as I realize I had forgotten to. Typically we put socials within our layout under the author, and I had not found a Twitter for Double H. However, for Koopa Eliminator, you can follow them at Koopa Eliminator on Twitter. So if you're interested in what they're doing, you can follow them over there. Again, that's their name, at Koopa Eliminator on Twitter. All right, with that, let's get into the I'm Ready Ball Challenge by Wilcon 2000. And again, if there's anything I forget in terms of socials during the show, in terms of your Twitter, just let me know, and I'll be sure to either shout it out or add it to the layout if it's during the presentation. All right, I'm Ready Ball Challenge. Let me disable my preview. So let me make sure I didn't do something wrong here. And if this is a 5.0 thing, I may need to look into it at the end of the show. Oh, I think I found the issue. Is Wilcon here? Okay, well, in Wilcon's level, the boot level is set to VF01, which is not a level we have. So I believe we want to boot to BB03. So I think it was just an issue within the boot. I think it was just a boot issue. So I'm gonna edit the INI real quick, and hopefully this should be good. Not a dolphin issue. We're good. All is well. All right. I'm Ready Ball Challenge by Wilcon. Take 2. Hopefully everything won't have multiple takes. No, his level name he said was I'm Ready Ball Challenge, I believe. Which would make sense if we're roading into depression. Oh.
Patrick, if you bring me,
Oh boy.
you will. Just
I'm confused. That's just a token, which I now have to get. Has anybody in here played this level? So I can check the level in IP to see if this is correct. They never fixed the mod. I keep on having stutters, which is my fault. Let me see if they released a newer version of it.
That's my favorite line ever.
I'm not seeing anything for this specifically. So for now, we're going to skip this. Setup to the next one really shouldn't be fast, so I think I will just try to not transition. I think there were just some issues in... Let me just close it open. I believe there were just some issues regarding uploading the correct level. So I guess if anybody can contact Wilcon and ask about that, I would be greatly appreciative. Yeah, okay, so everything should be good now. We're going to change mods. Instead of their I'm Ready Ball challenge, we're going to be switching to SpongeBall challen, which I don't know how to spell without looking at it. Okay. SpongeBall challen. And this is also by Wilcon. You messaged him? Alright, thank you, Pepperpot. So hopefully we'll be able to showcase that today. For now, we'll do... This is in a ball level, so I have higher hopes for this working. This is SpongeBall challen by, again, Wilcon 2000. And this is certainly a SpongeBall challen indeed. Okay, we got one at least. I'll take it. You know, this is honestly something I wish I saw more in Vanilla Movie. Like going like vertical upwards on the collapsible platforms. It's a very neat concept. The pressure to skip is like so high, but I'm gonna try to play it all the way through. Nice. Super monkey ball level. A little bit. I like that. I do like the collapsible platform stuff a lot. Alright. That's SpongeBall challen. Oh, you think they added a Hans trigger because Double H skipped the whole level? That is very comical. Alright, I liked that. I do like what they did with the collapsible platforms. I don't... This is GameCube. Me trying to get back to it to just want to try to skip it before we move on, as that was like a rather short level. Which I guess I could have just warped to it. Oh well. It'd be like that sometimes. Okay, well... Safe to say. That's funny. Well, that was SpongeBall challen. SpongeBall challen by Wilcon. Hopefully we get I'm Ready Ball challenge working sometime tonight. I'll keep an eye on my Discord. So, in case they message me, or Pepperpot if you message me about it there instead of in chat, which you can message me in chat about it. But yeah, we're gonna move on to that. Next is Super SpongeBall Demo by eyepie. Now, for context onto this, eyepie created a full mod for this challenge. However, due to the time we want to try to constrain this stream into, since we don't want to have one full mod of, I believe it's 16 SpongeBall levels, they condensed it down to, I believe, 4 levels to showcase on the stream. So I'll set that up and we'll get right back to this. I gotta practice that audio stuff someday. Anyways, this is Super SpongeBall, the special demo edition by eyepie. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a fun time with this. Again, this is going to be 4 levels of the full 16 level mod. So if you enjoy what you see here, there's a lot more to play. So I'd heavily recommend trying this or any of the other levels you see here by going to our Discord, !Discord, or checking out the wiki, !Wiki, where the mods are uploaded. Oh, okay. So I already like how this looks, just because it's like the normal like styled stuff, but it's textured pretty. I'm a sucker for pretty texturing. Ooh. Okay, I like. Oh, I have no clue when to go through this. I am bad. No, almost first try. We're gonna try to speed run it a little bit in hopes that I don't just die from doing that. Okay, I didn't. Nice. Ferb 2. Interesting that Bubble Bastard talks about the game that I would beat him in a race in, but that's okay. Ooh, so are we gonna get a showcase of... I just hit my table, sorry. A showcase of each world theme? I do like that. I am bad. I do really like the cylinder thing though. And I don't know how hard this was to do with the spinning, but it looks hard to do, knowing how weird this game can be. Okay. That is scary. I didn't think it was going that fast. Go. Go. No. I have no clue how to do that. Oh, interesting. This only starts spinning once I get in range. Maybe it's something like that where I hug in a little more to get speed and go out. Like that? No. I don't know. That is such a toughie. I do love how this level specifically looks though. Cylinders are like so trippy. We're gonna try this. Going in. Oh, dang. How can I approach this? I messed up how I could approach it. I don't want to try to bounce over them like that because I feel like that's unintended, but I do not know what to do here. I'm just gonna try to go full speed. close. That was close. Yeah, that metal fan scares me. Like, if I do this and then that metal fan messes me up, I'm gonna be so sad. It's so close if you try to just go fast on it, which I feel like is the idea because it doesn't start spinning until you get on until you get on that sand platform. Like, if you look in the background there, that pillar is not rotating, and it only starts when we get on that platform. So I think it's specifically set up for you to, like, macho mode it. Not like that. Which I will say, I do like it trying to have you just keep your speed. Thing. I hope the rest of the level isn't this hard, because this, if I get past this part, and then I fail something later, that was just not good on my part. That's gonna be rough. I'm overdoing it. No Koopa Eliminator. I'm fairly certain it's when you hit that platform, because here's as close as I can get to it, and it's not moving unless I hit this sand platform. I get even closer. Either that or a trigger that's near the platform. I think now it's more of a trigger. This is tough though. Where's my level skip cheat? You know what? I now have all the powers. Level skip glitch, that's true. Do I get to use the item glitch as well, or is that not allowed? Please. Oh! Okay. I am not going to use it, but I do want to save state just in case. Well, I think you kind of have to trigger it, because if you don't, I don't understand how you're supposed to... I'm bad. Okay, I'm good. I don't understand how you're supposed to ever get that consistently, but I got it. Thank goodness the first time I got past that. I do like that spinning cylinder, though. That whole mechanic kind of feels like the, that area of... Ooh... Ghost ship. What am I thinking of? That area from... What's that? I'm gonna feel dumb, but what's that level in Mario 64 where you're in the sandy area? No. SSL. SSL? Shifting. Yes, Shifting Sandland. I couldn't remember. It kind of felt like that section where some of the red coins are with the thwomps. That's what the cylinders kind of reminded me of, was thwomps. No, I cannot elaborate further. Ooh. This level was neat. I think because the vanilla game never has stuff like at a 45-degree angle, it's so neat seeing platforms at 45-degree angles. I literally touch X. I was just saying that. I love the slopes in these mods. Ooh. Tell me these. Oh. I like it. I like it. Oh, okay. This is the level ever. Aw, I guess the trigger here was a little misplaced. But certainly the level ever. I do love the design of this. What? I don't remember where they are. Oh, please. Thank you. No! I'm so not good. Dang it. Yeah, I noticed the playing topless theming with the, later in the ground you can see the little patterns of plankton. This one I do like a lot. I'm gonna go for it. That was a sad attempt. But I went for it. Sam, you know for certain I've had some I'm going for it moments that are worse than that.
A rolling sponge gathers no barnacles.
I was confident. Okay, I'm gonna stop having speedrunner brain. No more speedrunner brain. No more speedrunner brain. I like this concept so much. If there's an entire world of levels around this, this is awesome. Yeah, with the patterns on this, that's when I realized I was playing topless, and I was like, ooh, I like this a lot. Red. This is scary. Oh, because it's another one like this where it's like offset slightly. Okay, this was super fun. And this was just 4 of the 16 levels. Do we crash on warp here? Question mark. Ooh. You heard the mod. You heard the mod. You heard the mod. Full version at heavyironmodding.org. He submitted the full game for the challenge. It's just that due to like the time of the stream we had and the mod pack we want to put this all in, we had to make the demo version. Welcome, Chris. You have not missed all of it. We still have 3, potentially 4 more mods to play if we get back from someone. So next we have 2 levels that do not have a name. So our first is going to be an unnamed Clocktower level by Milkman. So I will go set that up. Alright. So to start this off, I just want to say there's a readme here that has a little bit of story. So here's the story we have some of. And it starts with "Oh no, bro," so I felt a muscle man voice was kind of appropriate. Oh no, bro. SpongeBob gets stuck in a clock, bro. We gotta get him out, bro. He ballin' too. Pull him all the way out, bro. That did not muscle man at the end. But yeah, SpongeBob is stuck in a clock, and he's ballin'. So we gotta get him out while he's ballin'. This level has 1 token and 2 extras, and is supposed to have checkpoints, but that doesn't work when you're SpongeBall. So if we see a checkpoint thing, maybe we'll save state. I don't know how long it is, so we'll see, I guess, getting into the level. I need to play. Boom. Okay. So again, this is the Unnamed Clocktower level by Milkman. If you're extra Chad, you can do it without save states. Challenge accepted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Okay. I like this a lot so far. Let's go. Beautiful. I love the pendulums. The theming of this is just awesome. And we have some custom music, which you love to hear. Everyone is really comparing this to a Roblox obby, huh? Y'all are too far gone. I'll say right away, I very much like the theme of this level, which I know I already said. But, again, verticality is not something we get a lot in SpongeBall, and especially the vanilla game. So seeing that here as well is awesome. And this music is also awesome. Well, there's the sound of that checkpoint. So we're going to save, but we're not going to use it. Unless we like actually need to. Which in that case, I'm not a true gamer in the eyes of Milkman. Oh, these propellers are so sick. The visual, actually not even just visual, the audio as well. Just this entire thing is so cool. Ooh. Oh, time. Nice. No, no. Okay. We'll load the save state. Man, I'm not a real gamer. It's very interesting that checkpoints don't work in SpongeBall levels. I wonder why the SpongeBall player doesn't like checkpoints. That's okay. I probably shouldn't have been scared with this and it would have been just fine. Yeah. That was an issue that I developed. Use of cameras too? Portals are hard-coded not to work. That is interesting. Man, this player model is very strange. I wonder if portal assets work on the Linguini player in Rat. 'Cause that's not a boulder like this player, but it's still like weird. Anywho, that's floor two. I like this a lot. We're gonna save state. Don't tell Sam. That scared me. Oh, it does scare me. Slow path. What are we thinking? Slow path or speed path? I'm seeing 1 speed, and away I go. 2 speed, and 1's by Pepper Pot. Yeah, I gotta go fast. I think I'm supposed to go down this way, actually.
Just roll with it, I always
Man! Wait a second. Okay, I took a different state per floor. Whoopsies. I didn't even realize I did that. This is terrifying. Okay, let's go. Oh, wait. This blocks you off up here when you take the fast path. Oh, assumingly... I mean, I'll be the judge if you need to do this. No, I won't. Okay, let's fast path time. Psych! Ooh, what if? Okay, sure. No. That scared me. No. Heavy iron when he mods. I am gonna skip these fans though. Although they're probably faster. No, that one's a little off the sink. No. I feel bad using save states, but there are no checkpoints as intended. And I should probably just make the save state after this platform. So I'll do that. Don't tell Sam. Oh, there's not an extra over here. I have to come back for it. I assume this is for the slow path to get up. Okay, let's go back down for it. Okay. Maybe let's try to get it while we're over there. Why am I over here?
Just roll with it, I always say.
I probably should have save stated after I did it to get the extra, but that's okay. Oh wait, I should have just went back down. Okay, I know what to do next time. Okay, I'll try to get the extra.
Fucking treasure, my favorite.
Okay, you for sure have time. Oh, there's another extra. Okay. Let's go get that other extra.
Just roll with it, I always say.
Right, slow way we go. Dang. Okay, let's do slow path then fast path, because I think fast path I have down, but slow path, that was bad on my part. Or I guess let's just do slow because I've already done fast. I thought it was gonna freeze the game, even though I just did that. Whoopsies. Okay, let's go. I like the idea that the slow path is actually the harder path because impatience exists. Nope. It's okay, Sky. You don't have to speedrun. I believe in you. I believe. We can get through this together.
Whoa.
Okay, that part's not as bad. Do these ever turn off? I assume not. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Oh, no. I'm so upset. Let's do this part first. Let's do the other part first. Okay, I'm gonna take this slow because I don't want to spend forever here. So about's harder because you have to think, which is not a thing that I do. Also, music's still banging. Okay, now I can go. Milkman made his music himself? Yo, my goat. That actually is hard. Oh my gosh. Okay, just get me past. You know, I want true ending. I'm going back for the other one. I have to go back for the other one. No way. We're doing the speedrun route. No longer going back for both of them. Though let it be known if I did, I would have gotten both. Let the records here today show that I game on the speed side. Okay, I'm gonna save state here just to try something. So please excuse that if you don't like that. Oh no, because I need, no, because I can't get past this. Sorry, I'm just theory crafting. That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. Okay, I got both extras. Not a worry. Right? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. Le clock. Oh, and that was the end of it. Nice. SpongeBob is out of the clock. Truth, made by Milkman. Shouts to Milkman and all the modders. If you want to play this, which you definitely want to, heavy hour modding. That's the website. All right, now it's serious.
110 decibels of
I'm joking.
sonic goodness.
Yeah, cruise boost time. Me too. Man, Tetrax is a hater. All right, Unnamed SpongeBall Challenge by Aaron is going to be our next one. That's true, Latte. If I buffered Bull in this level, I could have cruise boost. So one more Unnamed SpongeBall Challenge, and then we have Pass the Cabbage by me, which uses a different player model. So I'm saving that for the end. So, Unnamed SpongeBall Challenge by Aaron. We're going to switch over to that. So, yep, we will be with that in just a second. Alright, that one was faster than the other ones. So let's get on to the Unnamed SpongeBall Challenge by Aaron. Movie Second Strike, that would be wild. Okay, we got the traditional theme. We like. I almost died immediately. We don't like. Or you guys like. I don't. There we go. The 3B. Okay. I guess we'll go left to right. And again, stuff being sloped. I love when it's sloped like this. It feels so cool. I don't know why I hesitated. No save states. Promise? I'll try to promise. I need to redeem myself. Promise? Okay. Well, everyone, you can thank Sky for being the reason that I will be save stating during this mod. No, I'll try not to. If it's 3 challenges on this, it hopefully shouldn't be as long as what had to be played earlier. So it should be good. Oh, this is significantly harder than the Clocktower? Okay. Well, then maybe I should save state. But only if I get back to that center platform. At no other point may I save state. Or if I am not a teeth that actually chatters. I promise the Steam definitely does something. It's just called having to hold against it. My analog stick is probably very not happy with me right now. Yeah, you actually have to wrangle with the Steam to get it to not move you a lot, which is what I was doing. Now this part looks hard. Okay. Okay, that was my other scary part, because it's not, like, wide. I'm no longer Star Smiley's good boy if I save state. I'll save state, but I won't use it. Do I stay Star Smiley's good boy if I save state but don't use it? Am I allowed to create the state? That's what my question is. Okay, we're gonna scope out things. Okay, I got this unlock. I got this unlock. Okay. I had to be quiet. I can't save state, so I gotta focus up. For Star Smiley. And also Sam would not beat me in a FERB 2 race, so that's kind of a big one. Oh, no! Really? Ah, okay. Okay. Woo! And that's where I beat Sam in a FERB 2 race. Easy. Alright, that was cool. Uh-oh. Part 2 commences. Part 2 does not commence, it appears. That was super fun. I like that this just used mechanics from the normal SpongeBall. That one was scary at the end, though. That was terrifying. going and collapsing platforms to the vent. I broke the mainframe. Never mind. I don't break the mainframe anymore. Okay. So next we're going to be doing Pass the Cabbage by actualchatterteeth. Hopefully we will have another mod, as I'm Ready Ball Challenge by Wilcon still hasn't been resolved. But I don't believe they've gotten back to Pepper Pot yet. Who is actualchatterteeth? Hi. Who? I don't know. Okay, so I will set that up, and hopefully we get a message back from Wilcon. But if not, then this will be the last challenge of the night.
Waiting, waiting.
All right. Should be all set up. It's going to be our final mod of the night. Assuming we get nothing back from Wilcon. Hopefully we do. Hopefully this is not the final mod of the night. But in the case it is, this is Pass the Cabbage by actualchatterteeth. I have no clue who that guy is still. This is not Rat Proto. I can load up the Rat Proto level if we want to try to wait for Wilcon more. However, this is just passing the cabbage. There's no music in this level. Don't worry about it though. For those who get it, they get it. This is Pass the Cabbage, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie mod. This is the whole level. Sky, this is Pass the Cabbage. Where do you pass the cabbage to? Well, this is a person's plate over here with all their food. So we probably have to pass it over to the other person, right? So let's go do that. Look at that window real quick. Yeah, there's a window. It's our neighbor's house. I actually can't get on the plate. There we go. Just beautiful. We've successfully passed the cabbage. You never get out of this animation. Truth. All right, we have successfully passed the cabbage. Do you guys really want to see the rat version of this level? I promise it is just linguini on this instead of instead of a piece of cabbage. So I do? Okay. I don't even know. Is that in my completed mods? Yeah, okay. So I will real quick throw this in my rat folder. I'm not going through the effort of going in the transition screen for this. Okay. We'll now go to pass the cabbage in rat prototype. Ignore this. Can you add it to the TSSM custom levels on SRC? Go ahead. Go wild. Oh. I knew that was going to happen. I turned off the 33 megabytes of memory. So allow me to fix that real quick. This is giving us stability issues earlier. Okay. Now we should be good. So this is past the cabbage rat edition, which for context, I told Latte linguini would be in this mod, so I made linguini in this mod. That's he has a clipping issue sometimes. 1 second. We'll be back up in a second. So for context, if you guys ever want to port a SpongeBall, why does nothing have collision right now? If you ever want to port something to SpongeBall, from SpongeBall to Rat, I haven't seen downward momentum. Let me reload the game. So he isn't exactly a boulder, though he is slippery like a boulder. So if anyone wants to port SpongeBall levels to Ratatouille, hit me up. I can help. Okay, now let's pass the linguine. It's still food, so it still counts. And there's still my neighbor over there, so we're good. And also it loads with no errors, which I'm happy about. That was like the big thing. So this is past the linguine, is the unofficial name. There's no way, there are no tokens up there, but there's no way to get on that plate. We did it. I think you could do it, Sponge Kunko. For context, I initially made this level in movie, and then in an hour and a half, with burning hatred for Latte, I ported it to Rat. Pepperpot, do we happen to have any word from Wilcon if I'm just from them in general about I'm Ready Ball Challenge? No update? Okay. Well, I suppose in that case this will be the end of our stream. I'm unsure. I have to move it to next. We may have to. Okay, well, everyone, what challenge is next after this? We have not decided on a challenge theme just yet. So that we will have to do. There is another rat mod. I made one for the pirate challenge. So there are two rat mods. One, which is this, which is useless. And the other one is actually cool. So yeah, this is the challenge stream. I'm going to run through all the mods again and just shout out the mod creators. So our only Battle for Bikini Bottom mod was by Double H. We had Squidward's SpongeBall remix. The modification of Shell City Dead Ahead SpongeBall, which was pretty good. And Rat, we had Past the Linguini by me, actualchatterteeth, which was pretty bad. And then for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, today we had Block Fans by Double H. That was the level where we had the blocks rotating in a fan-like fashion. We had FL Virtual Test 1 by Koopa Eliminator. That was the whole, like, not wireframing, but, like, the very, very futuristic, interesting presentation level. We had I'm Ready Ball Challenge by Wilcon. Unfortunately, this we did not get working. So hopefully that can be showcased sometime in the future. But as for right now, we don't properly have the files for it. Pass the Cabbage by me, actualchatterteeth. It's just a little level where you pass cabbage across a table. There's not really gameplay. It's more of just a demo showing porting of assets. Just as for context, all the assets in that mod, or for the most part, most of them are from the Ratatouille game. Or the Ratatouille prototype. So it was just more of a port test. Spunk Bowl Challen by Wilcon 2000. This was a more traditional SpongeBall level. It had the very interesting sloped falling platforms, so that was very good. Latte hates me, but I hate Latte, so that's okay. Super SpongeBall Demo by eyepie. They had a very, very interesting 4 levels that were in the demo based on just different themes. If you're interested in playing that full mod pack, I believe there's 16 levels in total, 4 for each area. So there's more on that. And then we have the 2 unnamed levels. The Clocktower level by Milkman, which was an incredible level. It was crazy just to see the verticality in the different floors. It looked very cool. It was very cool. Oh, you believe there's 20 levels in eyepie's mod? Okay, noted. So 20. That's a lot more than 16. And the Unnamed SpongeBall Challenge by Aaron. That was the one with the 3 different paths each expanding on concepts already in the base game, all of which were very good. Those were the, I believe, 9 levels we showcased today, depending on how you count, I guess, past the cabbage, considering this is what you're looking at right now is not a level. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming to the stream today. And hopefully, if you guys are interested in making a mod for the next challenge, come over to the Discord at !Discord. There are people there who are very helpful. They're very resourceful. And if you're just learning to mod, there's resources there and people there to help you learn. As well as the wiki, which has resources to learn to mod, as well as mods that you can download and play, which you can get to with !Wiki. So closing off, this is actualchatterteeth, and this was the Heavy Iron Modding Challenge Showcase stream for the SpongeBall Challenge. Special thanks again to the Heavy Iron Modding community, to our mod makers, Double H, Milkman, Aaron, eyepie, Wilcon, Koopa Eliminator, and Pepperpot for being our community organizer and organizing this entire challenge and event for us. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and thank you all for watching.